All right, real quick. Good touch, bad tackle. First and foremost, shout out to U.S. men's national team. Great performance, 5-1 victory versus Uruguay. I know people could say we're missing players. They're missing players. They had a red card, whatever. 5-1 is 5-1. Heading into the World Cup year versus a World Cup caliber opponent, great victory. Seems like the boys got their formation down. Players are gelling. Fringe players are playing and giving pressure to some of the top guys. It looks good. I wanted to talk about this comment because one thing I get annoyed about when it comes to pundits in general, but specific U.S. pundits, is that they move the goalposts like crazy. So this quote that Marcelo Biesla said, and Biesla, some people say he's overrated. Some people say he's the mad scientist. He's a genius. Lo and behold, he's been a game changer when it comes to coaching. He's developed tons of talents. He's changed ideologies around, football, specifically with his man marking and his relentless tactics in terms of just being on the front foot and aggressive. He said, in reference to Christian Oliveira, a Uruguayan international, he was a young DP top player at LAFC during his time there. He says, he told me that MLS is a league that makes players lazy. Two things can be true. This could be true, but also the U.S. pundits were able to clap back and were like, 4 players from MLS scored against Uruguay. That has nothing to do with the comment that Biesla made. And I think it's important to not convolute quotes to drive home a point. There's been this constant battle whether MLS players are good enough to play at the world stage. And sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, depending on where the media decides to go in a certain moment. When Klinsmann was talking about he wants his players in Europe, MLS was good. When Berhalter was saying it doesn't matter if players in MLS, they said players need to go to Europe. So it's always going to shift. What it gets annoying is that you don't see both sides. Yes, for this specific player, MLS could make him lazy. He's a young up-and-coming player, still hasn't reached his prime. MLS has a tendency to cater to top players like young DPs. So Biesla could be saying this obviously he's probably saying it as a general statement, but he could be saying it as motivation to make sure Christian Oliveira continues to challenge himself. While at the same time, MLS